Okay, well, good morning, everyone. And thank you again so much, Deena, for having Betty, myself, and friends on here with us. I know there were several who were not able to join us live this morning, so we are recording this for you so that we can just share some of our mission, some of our healthy living revolution, and then share some stories here at the end. So we will go ahead and hop in. Again, my name is Kristie Vogelsberg, and I am connecting here with you out of Kansas City. My background, I am a wife and mom of two busy boys. They are 13 and 10. They're wrestlers and baseball players. So we have a super busy, active life. Just a little of my history, though. I was a physician assistant. I worked in family practice, and I've worked really on, I would call the sick care side of the fence. About 20 years ago is when I started my career, and just kind of became disillusioned about the healthcare and sick care in this industry, and just that we really didn't have many tools besides pills and surgeries for people. And until really Juice Plus, which is a tool we're going to share here, and came into my life in our office. It was a nutrition support tool, fruits and vegetables in a capsule that allowed us to really take on prevention. And so something that we had shared in the office, and then we were able to just see significant health changes and benefits, and really affect people's journey using food as medicine. So that was very powerful. That was super powerful. And that really changed truly the whole trajectory of my career from what I'd say from sick care to prevention. And that's now what I've been doing full time over this past 20 years. And I get to meet wonderful people like Deena and Betty. So Miss Betty, we had met really just over the phone initially. My husband is a physical therapist, and he goes out and teaches. He has a doctorate in chronic pain and therapeutic neuroscience. So he would teach classes on continuing education on chronic pain and nutrition. And Betty attended one of his classes here a couple of years ago. And then that is how we got connected. And now Betty's been part of our Healthy Living Revolution community and helping people take healthy back. And we have that ripple effect. So that is how we connected. And then she and Deena are friends. They're out there in Kentucky. Okay, so that is a little bit about us. So I'm going to go ahead and put us on full screen and let us get started here. All right. Well, again, everyone, thank you for being part of our Healthy Living Revolution webinar. And as I said before, this is Kristie Vogelsberg, and I am part of a leader of Team Abundance, which is a community of wellness advocates that are committed to helping individuals take healthy back for our families, our schools, our communities. And we are so excited that you're here and joining us today to learn more about our Healthy Living Revolution. Okay, so what is this all about? Well, we know healthy living used to be simple, right? It wasn't the latest superfood, the new diet craze. It was healthy living was fresh vegetables from grandma's garden. We would see kids, we would play outside, right, until it was dark, or drink water from the hose, right, unfiltered or filtered, not filtered back then. And at the end of the day, we were tired and we went to sleep. But today it looks very different. So unfortunately, family dinners are replaced with fast food or meals on the go. I know we're gone 5 nights a week here, and games outside are often replaced with video games. I'm sure one of mine is probably out playing Fortnite downstairs as we speak. Sugary sodas have gone from just that special treat to a main drink, or maybe it's Gatorade. We don't do soda, but it's like, what about Gatorade after every practice or whatever? What are they clamoring for? And again, people don't have the energy that they used to get through their day. But we know that there's hope, though. Healthy Living Revolution is a group of people who have joined together to take healthy back, because it matters more than looking good in yoga pants. We want to start a health revolution. No longer do we want to stand by as an unhealthy nation. We really want to take our health back, and our families' health back, and our school and our communities' health back. Okay, so let's start by looking at you, right? All of us individually. It's like the oxygen mask, right? We've got to put that when we're flying, put the oxygen mask on you before you take care of everybody else. So I am excited for us to focus on you, each and every one of you. And how are you doing in these different areas? Okay, are you eating real food? And are we not something out of packaged or processed? Is it coming from the land, right? Are you exercising on most days? We talked a little bit about that. Are you getting outside, or do you have access to a gym, or just even a yoga mat like Deena had? It's like, I'm going to do some Pilates here today when we're off. How about water? Are we getting enough water in? We need to be drinking half our body weight in ounces per day. And coffee and tea and sodas, or even wine, right? That doesn't count. We know our body is 75% water, and it's what our bodies need. Water break, everyone there? Good. Okay, so sleep. Are we sleeping at least 7 to 8 hours per night? Our body does all kinds of things while we're sleeping. It's detoxing, it's repairing, our hormones are doing their thing. And society, unfortunately, we are really sleep deprived. And for so many people, it's like a badge of honor. But we need proper sleep to be healthy. And staying up late is not commendable, right? We need to go to bed early and get up at a good hour, because that's what our body was designed to do. Now, we need to be well to armor ourselves, because we're all being faced with huge challenges. And we know there are two startling trends for sure in our world. And wouldn't you agree that unfortunately, we're living in this chemical world. We're being bombarded with toxins, which leads to all kinds of health problems. Unless we're living in a bubble, these toxins are everywhere. We're breathing them in, they're in our skin, our lawn, our swimming pools, and we're even eating them. And our food quality definitely is not what it used to be. It's decreasing. We can't even pronounce many of the ingredients that are in our foods today. And also, we look at this concept that is driving all this is oxidative stress. And we can think about that as at the cellular level. These are toxins, so it could be unhealthy ingredients. It could be just general life or psychological stress. But the bottom line, oxidative stress causes aging and disease. But the great news is we can neutralize or slow down this process by getting antioxidants in every day. And antioxidants are our best defense. They are the powerhouse that are in fresh fruits and vegetables. And to illustrate this process, though, if you've ever maybe squeezed lemon juice on an apple, a fresh apple, like on this example, the right half of this apple, there's juice that has been squeezed on it. It prevents it from getting brown or aging or oxidizing. But the same concept happens with us, right? Fruits and vegetables are natural antioxidants, and they protect us and they slow down that aging process. So we know we got to eat a lot of them. And when I do talks, I always ask, that's one of our questions. How many servings? If you figure, serving is the size of our fist, how many servings should we be eating? And it is 7 to 13 servings of produce that we are to get in. But again, today, though, in our country, we have mass-produced fruits and vegetables. They're often nutritionally deficient. We have over-farmed soils, long transportation times. You could live in Florida and be getting oranges from California. The food is picked green, it's transported thousands of miles, and it loses the nutrition. We all know the difference between that homegrown tomato from our garden versus the store-bought tomato, right? I mean, it doesn't even taste like the same food. The difference we're tasting is the nutrition. So, and again, that's why we have to get so much more produce even today than we did, few decades ago. It may have been 2 servings a day, and because back then everything was picked local, and so that's a big piece of it, our local boar movement here as well. Now, I will say too, for us, we knew this, and we tried to put in a garden several years ago. So we spent probably over $500 on a rototill and bringing in dirt and tearing up the ground, and planted, and our little plants emerged, and that was awesome. But then we forgot about the baby bunny rabbits, who, as soon as everything came up, they devoured it. But we were very determined, so we built and we put in another plant, and more planting and more fencing, and which was awesome until we forgot where there's mommy bunnies and daddies, there soon will be babies, and then baby bunnies came along, and I think all that survived were maybe a couple tomato plants that year, right? So imagine how excited we were, though, when we first learned about the tower garden, and that's one of our tools, one of our nutrition tools with our healthy living revolution. And so it's a vertical aeroponic growing system that allows you to grow your own fruits and vegetables on your porch or patio, or we have one now even that's indoors with grow lights that just sit right on the top, LED lights that we grow year round. And even in a study, though, at University of Mississippi, they found that Tower Garden actually had a 30% higher yield of produce. It grew 3 times faster, but yet with the nutritional equivalence of fruits and veggies grown in the best soil. And all the while, it uses 90% less water and space. And so it really makes growing fun and easy. And it's an amazing fit for the growing movement, certainly of like farm to table, our locavore movement, eating local, organic. Schools are jumping on board in big ways. I'm meeting with several teachers actually just this afternoon. We have a little social thing here going on in Kansas City, but they have free curriculum, amazing programs for schools and kids. So that is one of my really fun areas that I love to help reach out, is going into schools in the community. My local high school, they had actually in their, and it's not always just the science piece, but here just up by our neighborhood, it was their special needs, their intensive resource room for their special needs students is the entry door that the Tower Garden came in. Some it's coming through art departments or other avenues. So it is an amazing STEM, so science, technology, engineering, math, an amazing STEM botany sustainability tool that it is also, just for producing a ton of food for their salads and say their lunch programs and such as well. So many ways we can use that amazing tool. But again, if growing something is not your jam, then we can also just start out with 2 seconds a day, swallow some capsules, and be able to get simple and convenient produce in our body. So in that case, this is definitely what I recommend we start with. So one of the most important simple changes, though, that any of us can make is to flood our body with powdered produce every day through Juice Plus. And if you can imagine, you're eating more than 30 raw, fresh, vine-ripened fruits and veggies and berries consistently every day, right? If we could do that, what would that look like? Well, 25 years ago, that is what the technology came about, kind of like Jetson's food. So this is whole food in a capsule or chewable. It provides the micronutrition to create great health from the cellular level, from the inside out. It's like the oil in our engine. When we think about when was the last time we ate black currants or bilberry or parsley or papaya, and I'm so grateful that Juice Plus was a tool that we had in our family practice office again that I worked at. It was nearly 20 years ago this was introduced, because it truly completely changed the trajectory of my health and career path. I had chronic allergies, a weak immune system. I've had mono, Epstein-Barr virus, in my early 20s, and just it was not an overnight change, but it was a gradual, consistent change over time. From sickness to really vitality and prevention, and awesome energy, awesome stamina, and just great health that I get to now go out and share. Now, the next concept I want to share a little about, this was revolutionary for me. And this was definitely not something that they taught in pre-med or physician assistant school. But this is that fruits and vegetables are packed with thousands of phytonutrients or plant nutrients. Now, these are vitamins, trace minerals, antioxidants, and really everything else in that plant food that helps prevent disease. And this is a list of maybe 400 or so of these nutrients, right, that are found in an apple. But scientists believe there are over 10,000 of these suckers that are like our fighters within. And every different color of fruit and vegetable has a different phytonutrient, and they do different things in our body to protect us. So that's why we need to eat the rainbow of colors in our diet to detoxify and protect us. Everything that we see in whole food and in Juice Plus, because it is whole food, it's in the right ratio, balance, synergy, so our body knows exactly what to do with it, again, because it is food. Now, if we compare that to a multivitamin here, where there may be 20 isolated components, they're fragmented, they're synthetic, so a vitamin can never replace that apple. We know that we do have a deficiency in our country, but truly it's not a vitamin deficiency, it's a whole food deficiency. And that is what our Healthy Living Revolution is about. Okay, so let's start with another nutritional tool, and we'll have Deena share a little bit about this at the end. But this was her entry point to our community, was through this tool, which is called the Juice Plus Complete. Now, if you have ever skipped a meal or you've ever maybe just been so scheduled tightly at work or on the go with kids' sports that you have to rely on fast food or something convenient, that unfortunately it's a reality for so many of us today. I know my husband, in many cases, he takes patients in physical therapy over lunch. He takes these little single serves every day, and he has a blender, little shaker bottle at work, and just fills it up with his water and shakes it up. So his lunch could come at 11:30 or it could come at 2 o'clock. So Juice Plus Complete, though, is a solution for our busy schedules. It's a nutritious shake that is so delicious. It's amazing. It comes in chocolate or vanilla. And did you know, though, that your willpower and your ability to resist raiding the pantry is actually a function of your blood sugar? I did not realize that early on. The Juice Plus Complete, though, is low glycemic. It stabilizes our blood sugar. It has 13 grams of clean burning plant protein and several gluten-free grains like quinoa, millet, amaranth, radish and broccoli and alfalfa sprouts, all these wonderful foods, and packed with a whopping 8 grams of fiber in just one little packet or one scoop. And it also has these wonderful things called oligosaccharides that are a prebiotic. So they keep our gut, our tummy healthy, our microbiome, the good bacteria in our gut. It keeps that healthy. And this is like our clean burning fuel for our engine, is our Complete. Okay, now he does not come with the packaging, sorry, but you can use these Complete, though, in so many different ways. We have a smoothie every day for breakfast. We love to slam in there some extra, maybe some kale or some flaxseed or spinach with it. We make maybe a chocolate peanut butter in the morning, or you can shake that up and have it on the go. The Vanilla Complete is one of my favorite ingredients we add, and we call them our blender pancakes. So we'll add banana, and there's a recipe we can send you. Banana and egg white and oatmeal, just dry raw oatmeal, and a little baking powder, and the Vanilla Complete. And this is my boy's most favorite pancake recipe. And again, what I love about it, when I try to eat maybe a breakfast like that back in the day, I would just crash. I would immediately crash. Whereas with this, I'm putting that in there and I'm getting more fiber and I'm getting that sustained blood sugar. So it doesn't dip me out how like regular pancakes or such would. Okay, so just if we did the capsules and it had one shake a day, okay, this is what you would be getting in there. About 45 different plant foods, just with those tools. And we like to say it's kind of like for less than 5 minutes a day, less than $5 a day, you can't even get a $5 footlong anymore. You can have a healthy meal or snack and over 30 fruits and veggies. So nearly 45 different foods in all. And I am so thankful I learned about these tools. So these were the start of this catalyst for me taking healthy back for our family. Now, and then one other tool I'm going to mention here before we wind down for this morning is we do have something called the Juice Plus Omega, and this is a newer nutrition piece here for us over the past couple years. But we know omega fats are so vital for things such as our brain, our heart health, our joints, decreasing inflammation, our skin, our eyes. That for me with my eyes, that was the biggest thing that I noticed when I added the Juice Plus Omega is I started to get issues with dry eyes, and I wear contacts. I was starting to get irritated. I just felt, I'd wake up in the morning, and I don't wear contacts at night, but I just wake up feeling dry eyes and gritty and getting even a little bit of eye infections and such, where I had to switch over and go to glasses. And after about 4 months of adding the Omega to my routine, just 2 more capsules I put in my little dish for all of us in the morning, that went away. And that's been now a couple of years. I've not had any problem. So much so that even my eye doctor, when he saw my results, he's like, okay, well, I think this is what I want to put in my family. So this is his Omega of choice, even though he has Octavite and different, things, specifically vitamins geared for that. But this is all plant-based though. So you're not juicing a fish to get the omega-3s from the fish. They're going directly to the plant sources. So it's a vegan omega whole food product. So things like algae, sea buckthorn berry, raspberry, pomegranate, tomato seeds. So it's not only the 3s like you get from typical, juiced fish oil, but 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. So a whole spectrum of omegas. So those are pretty cool there as well. So again, the Juice Plus is really unique. There are three things that set us apart. It's vine ripened whole food. It's not a vitamin. And Juice Plus products have food labels. They're not, everything is non-GMO. They're not genetically modified. It's dairy-free and gluten-free. And each Juice Plus product has a third-party company that randomly tests products in two areas. So one, Juice Plus products have to contain what's on the label, and two, they are stringently tested to be sure each batch is free from any toxins, no synthetic fillers, toxins, heavy metals, mold, bacteria, etc. So it's rare for products, though, to be tested with this standard, and there is no nutritional product made in the world at higher quality than Juice Plus. Juice Plus is also the most thoroughly researched nutritional product. We have research that's taken place all over the world for now the past 25 years. Well-known institutions, universities, hospitals have studied what happens in people's bodies when they consume Juice Plus. And these are, again, top-tier research, double-blind, placebo-controlled, randomized clinical research, just like a pharmaceutical would be studied. And these are some of the areas that they have looked. They've had research on folks of all different ages and stages of life, populations, healthy, not healthy, pregnant women, nursing, you name it. And they look that it has been proven in these gold standard studies that Juice Plus is absorbed by the body, works at the cellular level, and just like fruits and vegetables, they produce these changes in our body. So from the inside out, so improving our cardiovascular wellness, helping our immune system, gum health, reducing oxidative stress, reducing inflammation, protecting our DNA, how our body and cells replicate, healthier skin, helping with insulin resistance, reducing abdominal fat mass, improving quality of life even in post-cancer patients, and improving lung function even in smokers. So a whole slew of studies they've done over the years. And Juice Plus research, though, has attracted thousands of doctors all over the world, well-known physicians, just like Dr. David Phillips, who he has said that Juice Plus is the most researched nutritional product in the world. And it optimizes human health and performance at every level. There is no comparison. Okay, now I know some of us are going to be talking about joining in and jumping in with the Shred 10, this clean eating program here in just a little bit. And so to preface that, I want us to talk just for a second about what happens when people typically may look at diet or exercising, right? We know that maintaining a healthy weight is important because having excess fat or toxins in our body contributes to well over 20 diseases. But those toxins we talked about earlier, when we look at, though, our bodies cannot handle the onslaught of toxins, so it protects our organs by trapping the toxins in our fat cells. Now, the good news is this keeps the toxins from roaming around and causing havoc in our body, but the bad news is that the fat cells can expand and cause weight issues and chronic disease over time. And as a PA, though, I would see the devastating effects of this toxic load in an unhealthy diet on our body and our immune system. Maybe it was an overtrained yet undernourished athlete who developed mono their senior year of high school, or that really destroyed their dream of that Division I scholarship. Or maybe it was a 50-year-old adult who now has this laundry list of diagnoses and prescriptions for their arthritis, or their high cholesterol, their diabetes, their high blood pressure, their acid reflux. Again, just a laundry list of things accompanied by dealing with being overweight. Often people are looking for those quick fixes or fad diets. Many contain stimulants, so they may say they're natural or herbs or whatever, but they still artificially stimulate our body. Now, if we burn fat in the wrong way without proper nutrition or by over-exercising, those toxins are re-released into the bloodstream. So you can see that here on the top part of the screen. And that stresses our body. And so our body, though, very smartly goes into fat production and once again tries to enrobe the toxins. So we rebound and often we gain more weight than we started out with this vicious cycle. Now, at the bottom, though, this is the better way. This is what we want to focus on for lifelong health. And this is what happens when we cleanse. So this is the safe and healthy way to lose body, to allow our body to cleanse itself by removing that toxic load by clean eating, not by fasting or juice fasting or water fast, but it's by flooding our body truly with fruits and vegetables. Yeah, when we're shedding fat, we're assisting our liver so it can do its job and get those toxins out, and weight loss is easier and quicker. Okay, the other crucial thing in maintaining our weight is our blood sugar, though. And we talked earlier about our blood sugar and our willpower being a function of blood sugar. So again, so many of us, we may skip breakfast or we start with caffeine. But what happens when we eat a meal or things like bread or crackers or boxed foods or those empty carbs, we get this taller line, right? That was like me with my old, typical pancakes, right? Is I would get this spike of blood sugar, but then it crashes down and then you need a nap or you're raiding the pantry, or seeking more caffeine a couple hours later. And that's how I lived my life for several years. So especially, then being on call or working late nights in the clinic on weekends, it just was this boom, up and down and up and down. But what I found was that dark line is this dark blue line. This happens when we eat a lower glycemic meal that's high in fiber and complex carbohydrates. The healthy plant sugars enter our bloodstream more slowly, like with our Juice Plus Complete. Then our blood sugar is stable, and it makes it easier to avoid bad habits or foods that are calling our name. And this is our zone of willpower, and that's where we may find we even lose some of those junk food cravings. Okay, so for those of us who want to really jumpstart our health and looking at the Healthy Living Revolution, this offers a program called the Shred 10 that helps us, again, to shred the food, toxins, and the habits that are not serving us. I say that, we're going to shred some stories, and maybe those old stories that we have that we need to get rid of. We need to rewrite a new ending here together. We're going to shred some veggies and get rid of some toxins, right? And these are the guidelines, though, that we focus on. And we do this as a group. So we have that accountability and that the friendship that we can encourage and help each other. So we focus on adding more real food, right? More clean, fresh food with cookbooks and fun things that come along with it. We add and flood our body with fruits and veggies. So the trio capsules, those 30 fruits and veggies, many people do add right away the omega with it as well, those good, healthy plant oils. And then for the 10 days, though, we have 2 complete shakes per day, 2 servings. And again, it may be in a blender, it may be shaken up, it may be making yummy peanut butter protein balls. So there's different ways that you can use those 2 servings per day. And then we focus again on adding more water, adding more sleep, moving our body, exercising. And then during that time, we strive to eliminate, we try those new recipes that are gluten, dairy-free. We eliminate caffeine and alcohol and processed packaged foods, artificial refined sugars. We got to detox our taste buds as well. And then try to eat and finish eating by 6 p.m. if possible, or at least 2 hours before bedtime if possible. So that, again, allows our body to digest and repair and to detox and cleanse while we are sleeping. So the Shred 10, again, is not a fad diet, though. It's a jump start into lifelong health. And following the Shred, we will share inspiration, education to help all of us and help each other really along this journey. So again, with the Healthy Living Revolution, we've got incredible resources. We have trending health videos. We have these wonderful cookbooks and healthy eating ideas. I love when we do the Shred too. I find that for most people, they'll say, I tried this new recipe and holy cow, that was so good. And my family liked it so much. I'm putting it in my regular rotation here as we go along. But again, all these wonderful resources, children's family resources, private Facebook group with monthly inspirations to keep us living this healthy lifestyle that's fresh and fun and inspiring. We have live events on person or online. So no matter where someone is, if you want to share this with them, we can get on here, do a virtual Zoom or share a recording with them afterwards. And then continuing education from a variety of healthcare and fitness professionals. Even like Miss Betty, she came when we do our fall international conference. There's continuing education provided that they can get, health professionals can get just by attending some nutrition education conferences that run in conjunction with our Juice Plus conference. So to end us down now, we see how can we get started? Where do we get started? So adding Juice Plus is really simple, is really affordable. So for about the cost of a cup of coffee, you can begin flooding your body with superfoods every day. The Shred 10, you'll see the Shred 10 package. That would include all 4 things. So all 4 blends, including the omega, and 2 shakes a day. So that would be enough complete to give you 2 shakes a day for 4 months, right? Some people know that they're gonna eat 2 servings of that shake a day. So that is the order that they would do. The premium, I'd say that's probably where most people will start if they're wanting to get all 4 blends. They have enough complete for 1 shake a day. So everything, again, ships in a 4-month supply that you pay for it just by the month. So again, for about $5 a day, you're getting 30 fruits and veggies, all your omegas, and enough for a healthy meal each and every day for about $5. Or the basic would be taking off the omega. And again, or we can design, your own package completely customizable with that. Finally, though, I do want to mention this is an incredible program too, where along with this, children can receive their Juice Plus for free for up to 4 years. So this could be for child, grandchild, niece, nephew, etc. But they need to be at least 4 years of age up through undergraduate college. So if a family member or parent buys Juice Plus, they can sponsor a child to receive it for free. And parents are asked to fill out a quick survey about what effect Juice Plus has had on the health of their family. We've had almost 1 million children participate in this Healthy Starts program. And these are some of the amazing results that we've seen. And again, we would see this in the office, or even parents, moms would come back and say, oh my gosh, what is in these little fruit veggie chewables? Like, they, for 60 cents a day, they're getting $25 a month. They're adding the Juice Plus, just say the chewables for their family, or in this case, getting them free with a parent. That my child is asking for an apple, or they're drinking more water, or they're not really wanting the fast food or soft drinks. Like, they're seeing changes. Their immune systems are stronger. They're missing less school. They're eating more produce. They're coming to the doctor less often. So again, getting that health trajectory off in a wonderful direction for our families. So, okay, as we wind down, though, just our last slide here is thank you so much for joining us. And I hope you've been inspired to make some changes here today. There's several ways, though, that you can join our mission of taking healthy back. One is, again, take some of this information and apply it. Maybe you decide you're going to eat more fruits and veggies, or drink more water, or plug in and get some access to our cookbooks and some healthy things. Number 2, you can make one simple change by simply adding Juice Plus or the Tower Garden to your family and to your routine, and just inspire yourself to live that healthier lifestyle. 2 seconds a day, swallow some capsules, boom, done. Maybe you'll want to jump in and do the Shred 10. Our next community one will be starting here January 4th, so a week from Monday. So we can have access to all those goodies. Or you might even think about joining, like Deena did with Betty and I, being part of our revolution, and not only experience the benefits, the nutritional benefits, but the benefits of our community. So again, if you're feeling a tug to share any of this with people that you love and care about, we invite you to join us and lock arms with us and make that ripple effect to share with others. Again, we are so excited to partner with you really on any aspect of this journey here with us today. And so with that, I am going to turn my video back on and bring you all back on here. There we go. And let me unmute you, ladies. Let me get you back here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and unmute all of us. Here we are. Okay. And we can, if it's loud in the background, you can mute yourself back up. But I want to turn it back over. Thank you so much, gals, for being on. And Deena, I would love for you to take just a couple minutes here and just share your story. Why did you decide to say hello to Juice Plus and lock arms with us? How did that happen here for you?
Well, I've been thinking about my Juice Plus story, and I went ahead and jotted it down just so I wouldn't forget anything. So, well, after, yeah, as you had mentioned in your presentation there, I had tried so many different, previously, some different protein powders through the years. But Betty introduced me to the Juice Plus Complete, and right away I noticed less belly bloat and also just more energy. So the Complete immediately became a staple in my pantry that I could just, quick shake that was nutritious and easy to take on the go, or just blend up with some things in my blender if I was at home. And last spring I tried the capsules and for a couple of months. And although I was experiencing a really stressful time, my body just didn't acknowledge it. I slept really sound. I had less joint pain and my skin was clear. So I'm excited to use some of my proceeds from my earnings to reintroduce the capsules into my daily routine, as well as for my share with my family. But I found myself already sharing my Juice Plus journey with friends and family. And so it just seemed like a natural next step to step into the business side. And the Juice Plus company and I share similar values of valuing people. And so it's been a good fit. A surprise bonus has been, for me, has been the fun, caring, and supportive community that I've gained through Juice Plus that acknowledges not only that good health isn't only just eating well, but all the components of good health. And I appreciate that with this community. So I look forward to helping others live their best life, as well as helping them realize their dreams.
I love that. Thank you, Deena. Oh my gosh. And we are so happy to have you on this journey with us. And that was just so heartfelt. And it's the ripple effect and helping people be that best version of themselves in whatever that looks like for them. So it's a super fun community. And I see, well, Miss Betty, I see you over there. You're kind of dark. I'll have to get you. Your shadow is there, but we'll bring you on.
Does this help?
There you go. I can see you better. No, and Betty, again, I've just so enjoyed working with her for the past couple of years, and tell a little bit about what your background is and with fitness. And I know you've led several people in the Shred as well as participating during the Shred 10, and we'll be leading a group here down in Kentucky starting in a week here. So tell us a little bit about that experience for you and maybe what you or some of your friends or clients have seen.
I'd be happy to. Thank you guys for asking me. And I'm just delighted to be part of Juice Plus. It was, like you said, about 2 years ago that I was introduced to Juice Plus, and I really started with the capsules and wasn't aware of the plethora of things that Juice Plus offers. So when I was I really wasn't introduced to to the Shred 10 until I started getting into the Shred 10, Juice Plus, and then the Shred 10 was just, I have been in healthcare and fitness for over 20 years, and the Shred 10 makes the most sense to me in a practical way. I think it's very doable and it's simple, and I also feel like it's a healthy way to really look at nutrition. And for me, it's helped create healthy habits. I've done it for 2 years, and I think I've only missed 3 or 4 months out of those 2 years of participating in the Shred 10 at some level. And I've taught fitness for 20 years, so some of my fitness participants that are in my class, they started it with me. And we started it not really to lose weight, but every one of us lost either 3 to 5 pounds just from doing the cleaner eating. Just you feel more energetic, and it's been an awesome resource and a way of life really for our little community here. So I love the guidelines, and then I love the Live It guidelines that you kind of can follow after you come off the 10 days. So I'm excited about February, and I'm excited to get on it with Deena and anybody else that wants to get started with us. So
that is awesome.
It's a great community.
Yes. And the community, I know that was our big word here. We're focusing on for the year is just really helping people get in community. It's like getting off of our electronics, we're so grateful that we have resources like this with Zoom that we can be in community with, that the fact that we can just bridge those miles and be together, but be in community and help support and encourage everyone wherever they're at with that stuff. And again, it may be, I have several people that it's doing all of that with the Shred, like their life may not dictate that right at this moment. Like I think I have a lady here this last week who she is a preschool director. She's their children's ministry director. She is working 12-hour days. She's like, I know I need to do something like the Shred. She's like, honestly, I do not know that I can give one more ounce of whatever, but she did what we would say is the shred package, in that she's like, okay, I can swallow some capsules, I can make a smoothie for myself and my daughter, I can shake up a smoothie. She's like, that would fill such a need in my life, and I know it's going to do amazing things for myself and my daughter. And her daughter was dealing with what they would consider like a pre-fibromyalgia, where she's had to give up her sports and such. So they're really suffering as a family, but yet their one simple change is just flooding their body with, over 50 foods and plant oils and things. That how simple that is. Like, just give me 2 minutes. Can you do 2 minutes a day? If you can't do all of it, can we do 2 minutes, and at least start that snowball going? Because as we put that concentrated nutrition in, our cells regenerate, our taste buds will change, we have more energy, we may feel like we're craving more water or craving a salad. So again, that's where it's so great, by just starting with that nutritional foundation, it's able to make everything else even easier. So okay, well, wonderful. Well, I'm going to stop our recording. I want to thank those that are catching this on in replay mode. So definitely, if you're watching this on replay, please get a hold of Betty and Deena. If you have any questions, if you'd like to join us with the shred, please do so. And thank you for watching, and we will stop the